Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Wednesday, January 28, 2026. Let's take a look at the economic calendar for today. Overnight data were really not very much important. CPI in Australia and trimmed mean CPI in Australia, those were the only quite important, medium important data. All of them beats the expectations. German customer climate improved from minus 26.9 to minus 24.1. ECB Elderson will give a speech at 11 o'clock. Then 30 minutes later we got the 10-year German 10-year bond auction. Bank of Canada interest rate decision, monetary policy report and rate statement is scheduled for release at Q4. The market participants expect the Bank of Canada to leave the interest rate at the level of 2.25. The press conference is scheduled for release at 4:30. Crude oil inventories is scheduled for release at 4:30 as well, together with the Cushing crude oil inventories. ECB Schneider will give a speech at 7 o'clock, and at 8 o'clock, major event of today, Fed interest rate decision, FOMC statement and press conference. The market participants expect Fed to leave the interest rate at the level of 3.75. Trade balance from New Zealand data from New Zealand in form of the trade balance are scheduled for release at 11:15. So everything, that's everything for today. And the major event is of course Fed's interest rate decision. Later on, the market is positioning itself ahead of this data. So let's take a look at the charts. Euro dollar rallying, breaking all of the technical resistance levels, new swing high and the new Elliott wave count, almost perfect, almost textbook example of this Elliott wave count. So what's happened here is a very typical movement to the upside that we almost nailed it, but we didn't expect it so big expanse. All of the divergences are gone. We have new extremely overbought conditions, 89 points, very solid number. On a daily time frame chart, it looks even more impressive because we broke above 1.1919 swing high from the September 2025. Now we are on the yearly high for the euro dollar. On a daily time frame chart, extremely overbought market conditions has been hit. Every time we hit this extremely overbought market conditions, you can see the example from the July 2025, we go down at least 500 pips or even more. So please be prepared for some sort of the pullback on the euro dollar. First, we need to complete the wave 4 correction. Then, of course, there is one more wave to the upside needed to complete the whole structure, the wave 5, and then the market will be ready to move lower. So the current situation on the euro dollar is very solid. British pound is moving up as well. So the wave 3 top is 1.3867, and as you can see, we can now wait for the wave 4 correction. Let me just move all of these waves. There you go. 1.3723 is a technical support. 1.3786 is technical support as well. So the current situation looks very solid for the bulls. However, extremely overbought conditions has been met on the 4-hour time frame chart. So the situation is right in favor of the best temporary for a pullback in wave 4, and then another movement higher, another wave movement to the upside in wave 5. So that's the 1.3867 technical resistance and top for the wave 3. US dollar versus the Japanese yen didn't absolutely care about the gap that is missing here, so it needs to be filled. New low has been made during this movement to the downside. This new low is 152.11. As you can see on a daily time frame chart, we are getting closer and closer towards the big gap to the downside. This one is located between 148 to 149, but the current conditions on a daily time frame chart are extremely oversold. Obviously, on a 4-hour time frame chart, it's obvious that they are extremely oversold as well. US dollar index under the bearish pressure. Let's take a look at the US dollar index. I mean, US dollar is getting crashed all across the board. Very important level 96.07 has been violated. Now it's going to be the technical resistance. Look at this, the lowest level since September 2025. If we go to the weekly, this is the lowest level in years. We have not seen this kind of levels on a US dollar, the level of 95.52 since, there you go, this is that area, January 2022. So very, very low levels for the US dollar as it's getting crashed all across the board. Big sell-off. Everyone is just dumping US dollar like no tomorrow. So they need to buy something, right? What are now traders buying? Look at this. The gold keeps moving up like no tomorrow. Don't care about anything else but to sustain the uptrend. A recent high was made at the level of 5,280, and bearish divergence keeps growing, right? So you can see this movement to the upside and the previous and the corresponding RSI decrease. However, if the market is trending so strongly, we can have this divergence for quite some time. Well, we already have it for a week, but we can have it even for longer before the market will eventually resolve this bearish divergence and will do some kind of a pullback or something, right? So right now, gold flying high. Next target, who knows what is the next target right now? So gold is in uptrend, obviously. New all-time high on the S&P 500, 711 points. Look at this. We hit the internal trend line yet again, and it looks like the market wants to do some kind of a pullback into the extremely overbought conditions. So according to our scenario, S&P 500 keeps moving higher. However, we might see some sort of the pause, maybe today, maybe just before the Fed's interest rate decision will be announced. And last but not least is the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin finally is trying to move higher after this bullish divergence has been spotted here, and the lows at $86,000. We are getting closer to the trend line resistance. We are getting closer to the quite strong technical resistance, $91,000. 100 periods moving average is 91,668. Any breakout above 100 periods moving average is bullish for the Bitcoin. So please stay focused, stay vigilant. It doesn't look very impulsive just yet, but maybe after the interest rate decision, it depends what will be the outcome of this interest rate decision. We might see either reversal to the downside, so the test of the trend line, reversal to the downside, so downtrend will be continued, or we might see big breakout to the upside, breaking even above the 100 periods moving average. So please keep an eye on the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is looking stronger and stronger, especially because everyone and their dog is dumping US dollar or across the board currently. So that's the situation. And that's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye-bye.